Okay, we're going to find the coefficient of x to the fifth in this expansion. And before I begin here, these roots are not helpful. Let's write that as x to the 0.25. That's the equivalent exponent. And this is x to the 0.5. And now we can do this a little bit easier. So x to the fifth, that's going to be the result. And we're going to have this term to some exponent and this term to some exponent. And they will eventually combine and simplify to end in x to the fifth. Now, I'm not going to write out all the terms. The binomial coefficient is 12. And I don't know what the bottom part is. I just know it starts with 12. And then a 0.25 is going to be to some power. Still don't know what that is. And then b is going to also be to some power. So I really don't know much about this, and it's a little bit too confusing to just problem solve it just by thinking it through. So I'm going to make this r for now. I'll just put a variable in here, and we'll try to figure out what it is. So that would be the same, and then the exponent here would have to add up. So when we add them, they add up to 12, and that means this is the leftovers. So if r were 1, say for example, and this would be 1, and then this would be 11. So we'll leave it like that for now. And we can simplify this. So we have a power to a power. In both cases, we would multiply to simplify. So if I just rewrite this and we simplify both of these, we would multiply this and really distribute it to both of these. This would be x to the 3 minus 0.25 r. That's what that would turn into. And this would be x to the 0.5 r. Okay, that was our power rule. And then still don't know r, but we can at least make this look a little better. Same base, x, so we can add the exponents now. And when we add the exponents, 3, and then that would become positive 0.25 r. Okay, so we did some exponent rules, and now we're trying to get x to the fifth. And so we want this exponent to result in a 5. So let's kind of start a side problem here. 3 plus 25r has to be 5. So we're just analyzing this in the problem. And let's solve for r. If we subtract 2, 25r equals 2. And then if we divide by 0.25, r equals 8. So if r equals 8, this will result in x to the fifth once we simplify the exponents, which we already have using the placeholder of r. All right, let's go back, plug in r as 8. And x to the, if you plug in here, it would be 5, which is what we were trying to get in the first place. And now we just have to figure out what 12 choose 8, what coefficient that represents, x to the fifth. Let's go ahead and pull that up. $495. X to the fifth. So the coefficient on x to the fifth, the answer, 495. And to get that, just to summarize here, we kind of set it up with the a and b, and when we use the placeholder r, which is going to match the exponent on b, and then we did exponent rules to simplify, and then we had to solve.